Feed a cat. Less people. He doesn't know nothing. These are all incorrect. Do you want to know why? Keep watching to find out. Welcome to English with Aga. This video is for beginners, so I'm going to speak a little bit more slowly than usual. And I'm going to share with you 10 very important grammar rules for English learners. Of course, there are a lot more rules and some exceptions that you need to know about, but I can't talk about all of them in one video. So if you want to learn more, join my English Grammar membership. The link is in the video description. There's a practice exercise at the end of this video, so make sure you keep watching. The first rule is use articles correctly. So an is when you're mentioning something for the first time. I have a cat. A cat. I am mentioning my cat for the first time. The is when you mention something for the second time. So it's already clear what you're talking about. The cat is white. So I need the because I have already mentioned the cat before. We also use the when it's obvious what I'm talking about. Feed the cat. I'm talking about the cat that lives in our house. I can't say feed a cat because that would mean go and find a random cat and feed it. Another example, open the door. There is presumably only one door in the room and I want you to open that specific door. So we know what I'm talking about. That's why we need the. Coming up later in the video, why are these incorrect? He doesn't know nothing, a French old building, less people. Keep watching to find out. Rule number 2, use countable and uncountable nouns correctly when you say how much or how many of something there is. For example, little water. We use little with uncountable nouns like water, but we use few with countable nouns. So for example, few people. We also say fewer people and not less people. Less is for uncountable nouns. So less water, fewer people. Also, when asking questions, you need how many for countable nouns, how many siblings do you have, and how much for uncountable nouns. How much information do you need? Adjectives almost always go before nouns in English. A blue boat, a tall man, an interesting book. Now let's do a short quiz. You have less apples than me. Is that correct or incorrect? It's incorrect. Apples are countable, so we need fewer. You have fewer apples than me. There's a cat outside. A cat is white. Is that correct or incorrect? It's incorrect. The cat is white. You have already mentioned it, so you need the definite article the when you talk about it for the second time. The next rule, begin each sentence with a capital letter and each sentence with a full stop. Use correct comparative and superlative forms of adjectives. So when it's a short adjective, usually you just add er at the end. So short becomes shorter. Nice becomes nicer. Tall becomes taller. When it's a long adjective, you need more. So more interesting, more expensive. For superlatives, you need est at the end of short adjective. Biggest, nicest, tallest. And you need the most for longer adjectives. The most interesting, the most expensive. When using several adjectives in one sentence, you need to follow a specific order. First, you give your opinion, then you talk about the size, the age, the shape, the color, the origin of the thing, and then the material it's made of. A beautiful, large, old, square, white, French, wooden bench. Now order these adjectives correctly. An ugly, new, blue painting. Did you get it right? There's another longer exercise coming at the end, so keep watching. Start proper nouns with a capital letter. So these are, for example, people's names like Jack or Jones, places like Sweden, Toronto, and organizations like Samsung, Department for Education. Use the subject, verb, object structure for basic positive sentences. I go to school. She has a cat. We play the piano. And finally, don't use double negatives. So it is not correct to say he doesn't know nothing. Doesn't is already there. It's a negative form. So you need anything because you don't need another negative form in the sentence. He doesn't know anything. You can also say he knows nothing because that means you only have one negative form in the sentence. Nothing. Nobody knows anything. Again, only one negative form. Nobody. Now it's time to do a practice exercise. Which answer is correct? This kettle is colourfuller or more colourful than that one. Which answer is correct? More colourful. Colourful is a long adjective, so we don't just add er at the end. We use more instead. A white tall building or a tall white building. Which one is correct? A tall white building. So the size goes before the colour. Can you walk a dog or the dog when I'm at work today? Which one is correct? Can you walk the dog? So I want you to walk a specific dog, presumably the one who lives in our house. So we know which dog I'm talking about. That's why I need the. How much or how many children are there in your son's school? How many? Children are countable, so we need how many. How many did you get right? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to check out my English Grammar membership in the video description if you want to learn more about English grammar. And I'll see you next time. Bye!